Hi everyone. So today is a day off here at my job. It's not normally we don't get days off, but hey, when we do, we have to enjoy them, right? So today we're going to be exploring a little bit of Charlotte County. I'm new to the area as well, so we'll see what it's got to offer. We're going to check out this place called Ponce De Leon Park. Supposedly has a really nice view of the ocean, but walking trails. So enjoy the ride, and we'll talk when we get there.
So here we are. This is Ponce De Leon Park. Let's read a little bit about it before we sit down and talk. It's a smooth ride, a little bit windy, to be honest, but it might just be my motorcycle that feels it more than anything. So it's a pretty realistic statue of Ponce De Leon. I actually thought it was a real person when I first rode in and parked. Take a look at the ocean for a little bit. It's a nice day out here in Charlotte County, or I don't know, Punta Gorda, I guess.
Alright guys, so my original plan backfired. I absolutely got swarmed by mosquitoes. That was insane. I wasn't even off my motorcycle for what, all of 5 minutes, and I absolutely got destroyed by mosquitoes. So, little change of pace here. We're gonna head to a gas station, get something to drink. I'm really thirsty right now, so continue on, and we'll have this conversation here on the road. About maybe 7 minutes till we get there. So a couple of thoughts that I've had these past couple of days that I want to share with you guys is actually about our thoughts. And just want to make one clear comment, and that is that our thoughts are not our reality most of the time. However, our thoughts can and will, if we let them, shape our reality. So, perfect example, I guess, would be today, right? I had this, in my mind, a really cool idea to go to this place, check it out. Supposedly it's like really nice and everything else, and like expecting to be swarmed by mosquitoes and attacked. Now, the thought in my head can be, F this day, this really sucks, and my reality is shaped to that, right? Because then whatever comes next is gonna annoy me, and I'm gonna feel like this day is just. And that's where I mean, where my thoughts, our thoughts, are not our reality, but they can shape it. So in days like this, when something goes wrong, we tend to head towards the negative side of thoughts and think about how terrible that experience was or whatever it is. So my suggestion, my advice for you guys is, when that happens, try to think about the other side of it, the positive side, that one situation doesn't mean and can and shouldn't dictate the rest of your day, the rest of your week. So always think about how you deal with those situations. When negative things come up, your thoughts start rolling, and it's like a stop train of negative thoughts, right? Think about those things and try to think about the other side of it, the positive side. In this situation that I'm explaining, where went to this place, got swarmed by mosquitoes and everything else, like, the reality is it's still a freaking beautiful day. I have the day off from work, so why not enjoy it, right? It would be easier for me to be locked into a negative headspace, and then anything else that happens afterwards is just shitty. And if you think about it, this is something that goes on a daily basis. Let's take work for example. Something goes wrong at work, right? We come home, we're annoyed because our boss said this, our co-worker said that, and our family asks us, "How was your day?" And we tend to react with, "It was good," when it really wasn't, right? But then maybe you have an argument with your wife, maybe you have an argument with your kid, or with whoever you live with, right? At that point, that negative situation now accumulates to what had happened at work. And now you got two negative things that you're dealing with at the same time. And essentially, these negative situations start compounding one after the other, one after the other, and then the next thing you know, your whole day was shitty. But a lot of times, we can counteract that if we actually think about, okay, well, maybe I had a bad situation at work, but I get to go home and be with my family, right? It's little thoughts like that that can definitely help you change your mindset for the day. And it doesn't have to ruin your whole day. One situation does not have to ruin your whole day. And take it. Sorry, I'm listening to the GPS because I'm kind of lost right now. And take it from someone who, even though I have all this experience and the knowledge that I do from going to school and college and the experiences that life has put me through, it's still hard for me to deal with negative situations on a daily basis. It still bothers me when things happen. They still hang around for me, with me for a while. And it's an everyday work kind of thing. This isn't like you think positive thoughts and then all of a sudden you're going to be fine now. That's not how things work. That's not how our mind works. Yeah. If you can take anything away from this on the road, is that, our thoughts don't have to shape our reality, or don't have to be our reality. We choose how these thoughts and emotions shape our day, shape our week, shape our month. Okay? So next time you find yourself in a situation like that, try to look for the positive. Try to think this is going to pass. And try to focus on the present, because really, whatever happened, you can't change it. And the future, as of right now, we can't predict it. So why focus on something that we can't control? Stay in the present, just stay positive, and like always, ride safe, boys.